Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we got another episode of Editing Reaction Breakdowns. Today we're doing Lil Peep, Awful Things featuring Lil Tracy. Brand new music video that just came out. It's a pretty dope music video. Not too much editing, but there is some editing that I want to talk about. I also want to talk about how it was filmed. But on a little side note, we're doing this episode in my brand new apartment right here. So I've got a vlog coming showing you guys a little bit of that. I'm going to be showing you guys my setup too for editing, for YouTube, for gaming. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you turn on my notifications. But anyways, guys, let's get right into this reaction breakdown. Okay, guys, so the first thing that I want to point out is, first of all, the quality of this camera and basically this entire production of this video is insanely good. You can tell that they're using some red cameras, maybe some like 8K or 10K, some really good lenses. It's a very sharp image. Probably paid a lot for this. And if we go down here to description, we can see that the video was directed by two people, produced by another person, and then the DP, CJ, Brian, and then a whole story creative consultant. So there's a whole team working on this to try and make this crazy video, already up to almost 1 million views. So I can see this blowing up. You can see right here, just a little subtle thing, there's a blue black light that's placed right here just to give these pill bottles a little bit more emphasis and to reflect some cool looking light on them. So in these few scenes right here, I want you guys to pay attention to the way the camera is panning slowly, because it really makes it really cinematic. So this is all in slow motion, but just pay attention to the way the camera is panning across, creating that cool setting. And then from right here it kind of zooms out just to add a little bit more emphasis, and then you'll see it zoom out one more time right here, a little bit right here too. So make sure whenever you guys are filming your stuff, you can use that kind of like slow zoom out just to create more of an effect and more like feeling to your scene. Sometimes it's not the best just to keep one still image on a tripod. Sometimes it's good to use your motion and just keyframe a little bit of motion if you want to recreate that camera motion, or just do it dolly and just slide your camera back. And then right here we're seeing our first little effect. It's pretty simple. So all they're doing right here is just masking out the eyes, and what they're doing is they're making the opacity keyframe from 0 to 100, so it kind of like fades into being more red. So if I go frame by frame here full screen, you can see that it's kind of growing into that nice red look, and all they're using is the pen tool and After Effects, drawing over the eyes and making a nice little mask. So if you guys look up my glowing eyes effect, I talk about exactly how to do this, masking out the eyes, and then I even show how to add a glow effect onto that. But if you guys want to learn how to mask out the eyes like this, that effect will teach you step by step exactly what you need to know for that. So a little bit of a more blue color grade, just kind of changing for the mood right here. That's one thing I picked up just from this scene. And then you can even see right here that there's a light coming down right on his head. So like I said, the production in this is really good. They really nailed the lighting to create like a really cool look, and even like the art design of all this stuff. So another thing right here, we're just having a little bit of glow. If you take that eye effect tutorial like I was talking about and you just mask out underneath here and you create that glow, you could do the same exact thing. And right here we're just seeing a little bit of a bright red color grade fading out. So what they're doing is just changing their lumetri color panels to make it pure red, and then they're keyframing that and just scaling it down to normal. And we're seeing some of that glowing eyes again like I was talking about. And then here's where all the crazy shit starts to happen. So let me kind of slow this down and break this down for you. Okay guys, so right whenever the beat drops, there's just one little invert effect right here with a lot of purple over it. So they might have, so I'm pretty sure they inverted it and then just changed the lumetri to purple, or they added like a purple mask over it just for one tiny frame right when the beat drops. And then we're seeing immediately a lot of different things. The first thing that we're seeing is changing the lumetri color panels to create this red background look, and we're also seeing some actual in-person lighting. So what they're doing is taking one of those backlights and moving it towards them so that all the whites glow up. So you'd have to actually buy a black light maybe from Amazon. And then you're seeing that the background is also changing red here. I'm pretty sure that's just from color grade. That's not any in-person stuff. You can do that just in your lumetri color panel. So look up my trippy music video tutorial if you guys want to learn how to change colors, keyframe, all that kind of stuff to create looks like this. It's kind of like a strobe, and then you can see all the stuff they wrote on the wall, which is really cool. So it's really just like a black light strobe effect. And then right here he probably performed in front of a green screen, and then we have this light here, and it's kind of just like, and it's kind of like he's just in a tunnel, or it's just for more of the performance shots just to isolate him. Another thing that I want to point out, which is actually kind of funny, is the whole like theme of this school is like hot dogs. So they have like little hot dogs on all their shirts, and then near the end you'll see more with hot dogs. So it's like a weird like parody school pretty much. Okay, so now we're seeing Lil Tracy's part coming up right here. No clue what the fuck he's wearing, but so I think it's funny that some of the stuff that they picked out for him to have in his locker, just a bunch of pills, and then this, I'm pretty sure this is either just like a weird like bondage mask, or this whole outfit is like the bunny from Donnie Darko. If you guys have ever seen that movie, it's a really good movie. And then just a bunch of like goth boy stuff to go along with this little image. Just some glowing light here. So this is probably done in After Effects, and what I'm pretty sure they did is just made a crop around him just so the background isn't affected by it, and then maybe made a glow right here and just made it so that that glow is expanding and hitting his face. And as he pulls it up, it starts to grow. Part right here is where the bulk of the editing came in. What they're doing is compositing in all these flames. So if you guys look up tutorials on how to do this in After Effects, it's kind of complicated to do. It's definitely going to take a lot of time, but you can definitely find out how to do this. So just little tiny things that are adding to the detail is the smoke right here, the smoke right here. So they added smoke, and then you can just see the fire as it grows. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Okay, so we're seeing right here a little bit of 3D compositing just to add to the effect of the fire. What they're doing is they'd have to actually darken these parts and make them more red over time to make it look like he's actually burning. And then you can see right here this shape. I'm pretty sure that's kind of like the part of the, I'm pretty sure that's just kind of a part of a skeleton, or just something overlaid to look like more of like a burning effect. And then you can even see right here, I'm pretty sure there's even more parts of a skeleton just lightly overlaid. And then just smoke coming off all these little vents, some fire coming from the bottom. And then here's what I was talking about with the hot dog mascot on fire again, all the smoke. And they're also using a lot of lighting here just to create the effect that the fire alarms are going off. Here we're seeing the first part of this burning hole transition. If you look on Pond 5 or some place where you can download some kind of After Effects template, you might be able to find a transition like this, because this would definitely be very hard to recreate, but you could probably find some kind of person that could do this for you. And basically what they're doing is they're rotoscoping and just taking the edge of these two things and pulling out the screen and adding this feather right here. And then you can see some of that black light just right here still kind of pointing at him with all the fiery background, and you can see some of the feather right here from the crop to put all that fire behind him. And then here, I'm pretty sure this just ends with them in front of a green screen, all these crazy overlays behind and in front, and then just a nice little rainbow overlay and some little 3D shimmering things. And that's basically it. So it's a really cool, so it's a really highly produced thing. All the lighting, paying attention to the details. The bulk of the editing that was done was basically through After Effects, through compositing in that fire. So you have to look up some advanced fire After Effects things, trying to make that like burnt look. You have to know how to play with light. So basically, it would be very advanced to create that whole like on fire thing. One thing that you could definitely recreate though is all the little effects they did with the backlight, and also using that lumetri color to kind of play in with the backlight effects. So if you go on Amazon, buy a backlight, and then you look up my trippy music video editing tutorial, learn how to do all those lumetri color keyframing. You could definitely do this in Premiere, But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, leave anything that you'd like to see me react to in the comment section below. Anyways guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.